Well, guys, I can tell you the truth. It is very difficult to film in Chicago. So what am I doing right now? I'm checking out an area before I go into it. I want to make sure that I'm checking out my egress routes, any kind of safe spots. I'm also looking at suspicious behavior as well. If you'll notice to my right, there's a car that's right over there that just showed up. He's been sitting in his car for quite a while. And I just want him to know that I'm aware before I enter into this area. And I want to make sure that I can get out from multiple spots if I can. Got to stay safe when you're doing this kind of stuff. I want to make a film for y'all today, but I want to make sure I come home. All right, it's been about 20 minutes and I'm just going to act like I'm leaving. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to flank that guy just to make sure. All right, as soon as I started moving, he took out of there. So he was definitely watching me though, because I could see him looking at me through the window. So it doesn't matter what city I go to, it doesn't matter what environment I'm in. A personal challenge for me is I am always trying to get together one outfit and one bag that will meet all of my needs for at least 1 week every trip. So light, fast, and mobile, tactically efficient, flexible, and adaptable, that's the name of the game. You may be saying, Jay, why are you in one of the most crime-ridden cities in the country and you're not in your vehicle? Well, honestly, the main reason is because I have my vehicle parked in a spot that I feel is safe and I know nobody's gonna mess with it. There's people, there's cameras, and all that good stuff, and I'm just beating feet just to get to the spots and the places that I need to go. You'll also notice that I have my backpack on me. I don't ever leave anything in a hotel room. I don't leave the bag in my vehicle. I have extra stuff that's in the vehicle, but one of the reasons why I carry a bag like this wherever I go is because it's so much easier to keep up with your stuff. You don't have to worry about people stealing it as much if you're actually carrying it on your back. Another reason is when you have less to keep up with. Now I can see that I'm leaning towards Grayman stuff, and that's just my nature. I can't help it. You definitely should be the Grayman when you're here, but Grayman is a part of what we're talking about here. How you dress is really important. Now, the name of the game is to blend in as best you possibly can. So let's just start with that first. So I'm gonna throw some B-roll in because I just left a store right down the road right here, and I went ahead and took some video footage while I was in that store just to kind of, prove my point to you. So if you really want to blend in, the colors that you want to wear are blue, black, and gray. In fact, one thing that I learned from working with Wazoo is that a black baseball cap is literally the most popular ball cap in the world. You may actually not believe it, but color psychology is really important. I really can't say enough about it. What you want to do is you want to wear muted colors. You don't want any kind of bright colors or you are going to stand out. And another thing that you want to watch out for are identifiers. These are the signals that we put out to everybody. There is psychology with that. It says a lot about you, who you are as a person, what you do, your personality, etc. So something else that you want to stay away from is you want to stay away from any kind of loud logos. You want them to be muted as possible. Like, look at this Eddie Bauer logo on my jacket. It doesn't stand out and say, hey, I'm here. You basically want to be as forgettable as possible. And the best way to do that is to observe the people that are around you. That's how you determine what your baseline is going to be. And I know it probably goes without saying, okay, stay off your phone. Make sure you are, situational awareness is key with what we're talking about here. I mean, the thing is, you just don't want to become the target. And so you have to present yourself as not being the target. So things that you want to do when you're walking around town, number one, don't put your hands in your pockets, okay? You always want to kind of have this athletic stance. And another thing is to, I don't want to say avoid eye contact. You definitely want some, but if you go to extremes with it, people are going to pick up on that and they're going to, see, hey, this guy's different. Something is going on. Something's amiss. watch where you're going when you're in crowds. And if somebody bumps into you, check your pockets. And, you know, I was just, you know, right here looking at all the woods that are right here. I mean, the highway, the main highway is right there. And it doesn't matter what city I go to, I can always find resources around me. I mean, it's just, you just have to know where to look for stuff. I mean, it's all around you. If I needed to duck into a spot, I needed to start a fire real quick or something like that. I mean, everything is here that I need in the city, in Chicago. And you know, I was just talking about pockets, and something that's really important is someone doesn't just have to pickpocket you. They can actually digitally steal information from you. All they have to do is get close enough to you and they can sniff and scan your credit card. Digital theft is a serious thing in Chicago, and I've actually talked to a bunch of people that, you know, that is a thing here. It's one of the #1 crimes. In fact, there's a lot of places that only take cash here. And what we have noticed is at the gas stations that you actually literally have to physically go in the store and pay before you can pump the gas. And you know what? Speaking of gas stations, keep your car filled up at all times. You'll never know when you're going to actually need a full tank of gas. There are actually some primo resources. I mean, like, look at this. I mean, talk about Tinder. And if I had to, I mean, I would kill for these kind of resources in the woods sometimes to make a bed. If I needed to make a bed to get myself off of the ground or a mat for me to sleep on, I mean, there are so many resources right here. It is crazy. I wish I had more of this back home, like in one spot. It's ridiculous. It's everywhere. I mean, just look. Holy cow. Man, that's like primo stuff right there. I'm almost jealous in a way. Another thing that you need to do, or we need to talk about, is planning out your routes. Obviously, you want to plan out your routes. You want to stay away from the most congested, the busiest areas. I know for a fact here in Chicago, South Chicago is the place that you want to stay away from. Now, one of the things that I'm having a really hard time sourcing here is an actual physical map. I've been to gas stations, I've been to Walmart, I've been to a bookstore, I've been all over the place trying to find, you know, like a road atlas that actually has all the surface streets on it. That has been something that's been really difficult. So what I've had to do is I've had to get on my phone and I've had to take pictures, you know, and save them to my phone just in case. Route planning is a thing and you need to pay attention to it. Now, one way that you can get information and being able to talk to locals is a big deal, is talk to the people that are, say, at your hotel. Ask them where you should eat, where you should go, you know, where are all the touristy places so you can stay away from that. You'll be surprised how much information you get out of people if you just know how to get them talking. People love to talk. And oh my God, there's my first car. A 1981 Monte Carlo. What was your first car? What I'm getting at is you need to be selective who you actually talk to. You don't want everybody to know that you're a tourist. So if you're going to reveal certain information, you got to be careful who you reveal it to. All right, now I'm back to the hotel, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take us inside, try to find a quiet place. Get out of this wind for a minute. They don't call this the Windy City for nothing. I'll tell you that. All right, guys, if you're honey smack digging the video, then like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and until next time, stay safe and keep fueling those fires.